Hello, everyone. Abel in Vegas here. Did you say card show in Vegas? Well, it happened this weekend, October 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, sharing some space with those revelers who came down for EDC. So this show happened at the Expo here in Las Vegas. This is a place in downtown that just added some awesome, very nice convention space. So I spent the day there, well, not the whole day, but most of the day there on Saturday, checking out the venue. There was a lot of tables. It was a very well attended show. A lot of people who were here for the industry summit came down, and then other sellers as well. People from Arizona, California, So it looks like these folks just go around from show to show. And if that's your business, well, of course, it makes sense. But some of the cool things that I was able to see before I get into what I picked up at the show. One of the first sets that I saw was a full graded set. It's a 1961 Penrose Confect of Popeye. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'd never seen those before. So I thought that was pretty neat. And this whole set, I guess, is #1 in the PSA registry, which is pretty cool. So that was pretty neat to see on display. Something else that I got to see when I was walking around was a graded video game of the original Nintendo Super Mario Brothers. The asking price was $55,000. Pretty steep price, so I decided to pass on this one this time. But it was pretty cool to see some original games from back in the 1980s, gain some exciting value. If I only kept mine sealed, because I can never get past like the second level, I think. So I never got to rescue the princess. Something that made my day, because I had never seen these before in person, but there was a vendor there that happened to have 2 Nathan MacKinnon rookies. Now I collect Nathan MacKinnon. I have his RPA, the cup, in the gold variation. So when I saw these, I had to take a quick picture, which was awesome. But this is his 2012 Prism Gold. Not only the base, but also his autograph in gold. Those were looking pretty nice. Sick to see those in person. So that was pretty awesome. Then walking around, I came across a vendor that happened to have a first Bowman autograph, the blue refractor, which are numbered to 150, of Mike Trout. He had some other nice cards in his display case, but obviously the Mike Trout was the one that caught my eye. And then a few vendors down, I went to another booth, and they happened to have an X-Fractor of the Bowman, first Bowman of Mike Trout. So pretty awesome to see. Pretty cool display cases. Then the other thing that I got to see was the booth of the guys who are putting together what they're calling the West Coast National, which they're calling it the Global Collectibles Expo. And it is scheduled for March 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th here in Las Vegas at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center. It was exciting. I wanted to talk to those guys and ask them some questions, because I myself have been thinking of possibly start setting up for shows, even though I don't have that much experience. So I just wanted to know kind of what the price was going to be, just to give you an idea. The price for tables for the weekend for the Las Vegas show that happened this weekend started at $400, but then I think they dropped the price, I think, to like $300 or $350, because I was following them on Instagram. But for this specific show, I believe they're saying that prices are starting around $2,000 for a table. So it's not going to be cheap to obviously get a table at that specific show. But those guys are planning some awesome stuff, probably including Allegiant Stadium. So it's going to be exciting to see what they're going to do once the schedule officially releases. But if you want more info or to sign up for updates, just visit gceshow.com to stay up to date, and maybe you're coming out to Vegas. I'm not particularly thrilled about the dates themselves, only because that is the beginning of March Madness. So the 10th through the 13th is also the dates for conference tournaments. And here in Las Vegas, we host a few of them. So we have the Pac-12 that has their tournament at T-Mobile. We have the WAC, who usually plays their tournament at the Orleans. And we have the Mountain West Conference tournament that usually happens at the Thomas and Mack. So because we have this influx of tournaments here in Las Vegas during that time, that means that hotel prices are not going to be as cheap as we might think. At least that's my opinion based on who of those dates. So that's my only concern. Of course, I live here, so I'm not going to mind because I'll just be able to come home. But for those of you that want to come for those few days, it's going to make it fun because, hopefully you don't get too distracted by watching basketball. But the city does have some cool perks when those tournaments are here in town. So keep that in mind. So let's go through and some of the pickups that I was able to find. I was hanging out with Jason Aaron Goldberg for a little bit. He was going through some boxes and we pulled up a couple of cards that were, these two here were 50 cents a piece. We have a Dame, which is numbered to 149, and then a Lux that he noticed. He gave me one of these in chrome, so now I have the paper version for 50 cents. And then he noticed this Miguel Cabrera numbered to 150 for $1 as well. So $2 for those, not too bad. At one of the booths, I made a trade. I made a trade for this Luka in a 10. So I traded a PSA 10 Trout, $50 in value. So since I have his first year in a 10, and I saw this, I decided to make the trade. So now I have the second year, and I'm going to try to do the run of Lucas. So pretty cool on that one. Then I had with me my Tatis refractor, and trying to see if anything caught my eye that I wanted for my PC. And I did come across a booth that had two cards that kind of didn't mind adding to my collection. Just as an idea, and I'll actually put on the screen some of the stats on the population count for the Tatis versus the, actually here, I shouldn't take too bad. The Tatis in a refractor has a population of, where is it? There we go. 1,376 versus, let's see. Probably should have got this ready beforehand, but I didn't think about it. So I was able to trade that Tatis for this Mike Trout 2012 Prism. These are selling for about $350. This wasn't the only card that was in the deal. But let me see if I could now bring this up to see the pop count. And it's not. But anyway, happy to have this in my collection. And then the second card that was part of the deal, and this is what actually attracted me to this booth, was picking up my first Cale Makar autograph. So he wanted $200 for this. So between these two combined, it was 550 in value, and that's what the prices were for the Tatis at this time. So I went ahead and made the deal. So pretty happy having to add this to my collection. So let me know what your thoughts. It was a fun time, fun show. Jason did good as well, so make sure to check out his channel for his video. And there's this population has 687. It just popped up on my phone, so in a PSA 10. So pretty cool. That's why I didn't mind making those type of trades. So thanks guys for watching, and catch you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Some of my cards are available for purchase on Check Out My Cards. Follow my collecting adventure on Instagram and Twitter. Links are available in the description below. Support my YouTube journey by clicking on the subscribe button and turning on the notifications. Catch you on the next one.